Collective. Hello, hello, my loves. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Collective. We got the fault line, the seed, the mystic, the heart, and the medallion. Collective. Well, the fault line is the idea of a faulty foundation. It's one thing after another thing after another thing until there's just like nothing, like you can't stand there, you can't build there, you can't do shit there, right? Because it's cracked, it's broken, and it's just like ugh. But I kind of feel like whatever this foundation is, there's almost this, like I feel like this image of like the cracking almost is like where you discover the seed. Well, because what's coming to my mind right now is like a dried riverbed. Like if you've ever lived anywhere where, there's water during one season and not during another, like you'll see like the bed is very cracked, right? The riverbed or the creek bed or whatever. And I just have this image of a cracked riverbed, and almost as though like that's where you discover the seed. Right? And for my people here, I feel like there's almost this, like, now I have this seed, I need to understand what it is. I need to understand how to care for it, how to tend for it. But I almost feel like whatever the seed is that you discover in this broken foundation, I feel like there is a sense of like intuitively knowing what needs to happen, right? Whether you're just assessing, right? Say you find a seed in a riverbed that's dried up, you know that seed has come from some plant that's around you, and you know what type of environment it needs, and you know like about how much precipitation there is, and you can do something with this seed. Like however that plays out for you, because I feel like, well, that feels like Jack and the Beanstalk. Sorry, we're jumping stories here. But like Jack and the Beanstalk, he has the seed, and he throws them out because they're useless. Like, why would you exchange a cow for a seed? Throws the seed out, and then it's a magical seed, and the beanstalk sprouts up to the sky, and he gets the golden goose, or the goose that lays the golden eggs, and everything changes. I feel like there is that sense there. And maybe the fault line is kind of along the lines of like thinking something is useless and throwing it out only to see the seed sprout. That feels right. Sorry, it took me a second to get to that, but we're doing it. Collective. I hope y'all are doing well today, having a lovely day. I had an amazing day. I'm telling you, people just keep walking into my life that I'm like, I said that I wanted this, and then boop, there it is. It's pretty fucking fantastic. I'm not going to lie. Okay, collective. You have the Page of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. Well, to stay in line with this Jack and the Beanstalk, because again, I just kind of get this feeling of like throwing something out because it's like it's useless. Like you got hustled. I got hustled with that, and that was on me for being stupid enough to let some motherfucker hustle me. You know what I mean? And doing away with that. But whatever it is that you threw out because you were just like pissed about, I just feel like it sprouts. And whatever it is that sprouts, it sprouts new beginnings. It sprouts new opportunities. Yeah, it can be that it like something that you did previously, and that like you go back to it, like an old job that you had, and you go back to it again, and this time you go back, like sans the things that were upsetting to you previously, and then you uncover like this seed that just sprouts, and like all of these things grow, all of these truths come to light, all of these opportunities present themselves to you. And you got there because you followed your intuition. Because instead of listening to like the I just want to say like the logical justifications of people who want to send you in different directions, I feel like you started to trust your intuition, right? And intuition is a huge thing, and it's so funny. I want to share this with you guys just because I don't know if maybe you need to hear it, maybe you don't, I don't know, but I'm sharing it either way. Pendulums are so awesome to me. I have a pendulum that I use all the time. I don't know where it is right now, but it's somewhere nearby, I'm sure. And the idea basically is that the pendulum works with your energy and your intuition. And oftentimes we'll physically feel like the decisions that we need to make, but we'll logically talk ourselves out of them, right? Like, can do it 9 times out of 10, no problem. And so the pendulum is a way for us to check in with ourselves because we know intuitively what we should do, but we can talk ourselves out of it. And so, the pendulum is a tool of divination, if you will, in terms of your own energy and having a conversation with your intuition. Because I feel like it's kind of like a little voice box for your intuition when your brain starts to take over. So maybe if you guys have a pendulum and there's something that you're wondering, like you know the answer, you already know. Trust in your energy, trust in your intuition. And I feel like when you do, again, you just start moving in the directions that you wanted to move in. And I feel like you move in them fairly quickly. So that the other image that comes to mind now is in the movie The Illusionist, I want to say, the one with Edward Norton, like old school movie. Anyways, there's a trick that he does, and he turns an orange seed into an orange tree. And that's what that feels like. We got a lot of like beanstalks, orange trees. So whatever it is, I feel like there's a lot of growth behind it. I just kind of get the feeling that this growth comes from something that you've thrown away because you didn't think that it was going to be worth it. You didn't feel like it was a valuable exchange. You feel like you exchanged something that was like I gave up my cow for useless seeds, only to discover that I got the gold, like the goose that laid the golden egg. However that resonates for us individually, because it can resonate differently for all of us. The Ace of Swords again, yeah, definitely a new truth. And the Queen of Wands again, y'all. Okay. I mean, the Queen of Wands is very much an action-oriented card, right? Like it's a call to action, like round up the troops, we're heading out, like it's time to go. And, the Queen of Wands is that like dance with me if you dare. And I feel like whatever this truth is for you, it's coming with this sense of looking out your back window and seeing this gigantic stalk that just sprouted up. And immediately, the first thing you do is go up the fucking stalk. Right? Like, no time to question, only time to climb. And I feel like that's what we're doing, right? And obviously, these are general reads. They are timeless reads. So it'll play out in different, like, I don't know where you are at in this energy, basically is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, words. I had a lot of caffeine today. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, steal from Peter to give to Paul. But I feel like you feel like somebody stole something from you. I don't know if this person is around or not, because in the story, dude that sold the beans sure wasn't there, so I don't know how that'll play out for you, but, I'm sure it'll depend. But whatever it is that comes back to you that felt like it was taking from you before. So, I mean, like for me, how I would say that like it would resonate for me is that like I've recently gone back to a job that I was at previously, and, I've got higher pay. I get better, like I get everything's better about it. Everything's better about it. And the access that I have to education is through the roof, And so like what once started to feel like it was taking more than giving now feels like it's giving me more and more and more. You know what I mean? So like however that resonates for you. It can be a relationship where, you know, you had somebody who left you feeling some type of way and you were done, and then like they show up a completely different person. You know what I mean? Like however this plays out for you, because it's going to be different for all of us, but whatever it is, it's good. And I feel like whatever animosity that you felt in this situation previously, you don't feel it anymore. And whatever direction it is that you're going, I don't think that you take much time to stop and really question it, because you're just like, oh yeah, I'm fucking climbing this stalk. But the queen, I love you, so much queen energy here. But I mean, the queen is the idea of influence. It turns the neck and the head, it's the neck that turns the head in the direction that it needs to go. And I don't know what stalk grew in your backyard from these beans that you were upset about, but whatever it is, I just feel like, again, there's this sense of there's only one direction for me to go. You know, like there's only one way that makes sense. And I feel like whatever that is for you, you're doing it. I fucking love it. I'm here for it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me and sharing your energy with me. If this video does resonate with you, please, 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 please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.